Only come out at night.
Hey guys, my name's Austin here. Today I am going to be showing you how to start h1z1 and how to basically get into this game if you're coming over from PUBG and you guys haven't played H1 and you don't know how to play it. What are some of the settings? What are some of the how do I get into this game? How do I set up my rig and my settings so I'm gonna get the best performance and the best play out of H1Z1 because I've been running into a lot of people lately. There are a lot of new players with little hours and they're getting very frustrated with the game because they don't understand the mechanics of the game and the little subtleties that come along with the gameplay. You know what I mean? There's a lot of us spent a lot of time in this game playing it, and we're we have some skill at it. There is a skill to this game, not just grab it 8 times and shoot someone in the head. Not saying that's not a skill that it does require that on PUBG, but if you guys are coming from over from PUBG, let's go ahead and jump right into it. You're gonna start up the browser. Um, this is going to be the loading area. So you're going to either wherever you're at, whether you're in China, you should be playing on the lowest ping possible. If you're here in the United States, we recommend that you usually play on East because you're going to run into less, every game has hackers. You're going to run into less hackers on East, but you might run into easier players on West. So I definitely recommend for the first while playing on West or East or whatever is better ping for you because you're gonna have a better hit reg. So as you can see here, guys, I'm going to go into, I can connect to everything besides Australia right now, which is kind of weird because normally I can, and South America, normally I can connect to Australia. Must be down. Um, so here we go. We got the list. America is split into two servers, so West and East. Even though we don't have a huge player base, we're just, people wanting the East server. So what happened is basically at nighttime the servers kind of get a little dead. So you have to expect that it's gonna be a lower pop. You have to wait longer for lobbies. It's just how it is right now. We just don't have the player base to support two servers in the United States at nighttime. And during the day, no problem. Fast lobbies. During the weekend, fast lobbies again. No problem, guys. Um, so you're going to go ahead and select your lowest ping. We're going to go into the game. It's going to load you into the game. So the first thing you need to know is your mouse settings, right? Everything in this is going to be set to base. So we're going to go down. Let me pull up full screen here. We're going to go down and we're going to go to settings. And we want to go to gameplay. And guys, you're gonna see all these reticles on my right. If you guys have just bought the game and you're new to the game, you're gonna have something on here called dynamic, and you won't have this big chart up here, reticle style. So go ahead, if you want a different reticle, go ahead and go back and change it to classic. Other than that, you're gonna have this little tiny red dot. It's red, and that's the only thing you get. But go ahead and switch it over to classic, and you'll be able to choose between any of these. If I recommend when you're starting playing on 22 to 23 crosshair right now. That's going to allow you to learn the drop of the game, like the drop shot of the game, which they're changing here in the future very soon. But it'll allow you to figure out the drop of the bullet. Then, once you get more hours into the game, you can change to something like 6 because you already know where the bullet's going. These two are the best to learn on. I recommend those. A lot of people just still play on those. That's what they naturally play on. So, and you can change the colors right here, guys, of course, to whatever you want. Again, if you switch that off, you're not going to be able to, you will be able to change it, but you just won't see it in the game. So toggle ADS, what the hell? I don't know what that is, guys. That's something they just added. So guys, this is the most important part of this tutorial here, or one that I believe that is the most important. Oh, my hair looks like poop. My hair going all over the place. All right. Your mouse sensitivity. This is going to be set at a base of 50. So I'm personally running. You got to know what your mouse sensitivity is. So my you got to know what DPI is, and that's decibels per inch or whatever it is that the mouse will scan. The lower the DPI, the more sensitive it is, the more accurate your shots will be. Without, to a certain point to where you can control. It's not like you're stretching a mile, but you do have to have a big mouse pad. I do recommend a gaming mouse for this game. So mouse sensitivity, it's going to be set at a base of 50. So you're going to be wiggling all over the place. So I definitely recommend anywhere between at 400 dpi, anywhere from 10 to 18. That's the range that you can play with there, depending on how sensitive you like. Now that's only going to be when you're when you're third person and you're just moving around. That's going to help you out with your looting. The faster, higher it is, so if it's like on 14 or something, it's going to give you a lot more mobility looting than someone that's on 10 or even 8 or lower. But I don't recommend going lower than 10 on your mouse, because it just gets crazy hard to look around and you lose your awareness. But you can change it to whatever suits your preference, and that's what's nice about this. But in general, you should set it to something like this as long as you know your DPI. You have to know your DPI, guys. I've run into 6 kids in the last week that have come over from PUBG. They did not even know what their DPI on their mouses were. And they didn't even have, two of them didn't even have gaming mouses at all. So I had to go look up their factory settings, and it was like 1,000 DPI mouse, and there was no changing it. I was like, dude, I don't even know what to change your sensitivities to, because it's so low. It would be so low that you wouldn't be able to match mine. But I recommend finding a good streamer or someone you like, and then if you like their playstyle, copy. Most of them you can get their sense and all that kind of stuff out of the game. Let's go to the next part. Scoped mouse sensitivity. This is going to be for when you take the sniper rifle. A sniper rifle is going to be only dropped in an airdrop in the middle of the crate. So basically, plane comes over, drops a crate, but you have to watch out for the bombs. The bombs in this game blow up over the top of the crate, and you don't want to be in that path. They come in 4 times, I believe, 4 to 5 times every time a crate drops, and you have limited time. So a good maneuver there, if you're going to get the crate, grab the sniper rifle, is to throw a smoke onto the crate and take it. It depends on the situation, I definitely recommend setting that a little bit lower than your mouse. But you can set that at whatever you want. Some people like high, some people like low. Now to the vehicle, guys. To get a good, smooth fluid thing, I like mine on 57. I wouldn't go any lower than 40. It just gets a little stiff and rigid. You can't really do too much drifting. If you go a little above 80, you kind of get a little squirrely. So, yeah, 57, nice for me. I like it, enjoy a lot. You guys can play around with that one. That's all personal preference, vehicle driving style. Now, guys, we're going to get down to the aiming. So the aiming can be set anywhere from 6 at 400, I recommend, to anywhere to 10 or 14 or higher. Some people don't like a transition from their mouse to their aiming. So what they do is they just, they'll keep all the stats the same. So you guys can do that as well. But I have mine on 9. It's a nice sensitivity for me. I enjoy it. I wish I could play on something different, but I can't. So this is what we play with it, guys. Raw mouse input, that's good. That's good. Now, guys, in the new update, you're going to need learning the recoil. I recommend showing all tracers because, not the recoil, sorry, the drop. The drop of the bullet. It's not in, right now the AR is a laser. There's a little bit of drop on the AK. But show tracers will help you learn the game faster. I personally believe show enemy tracers is the best because I already know the drop, but I'm going to have to put it on for this next patch that's coming out because that's what's going to be allow me to figure out the drop of the bullet as well, and going back to Crosshair 22. So I just have show enemies on right now, guys. Make sure you have sprint toggle off. What that does is actually every time you press shift, it'll make you go into a mode. So if you have sprint toggle on, you press the run button and you'll just start instantly sprinting all the time. It's just better to hold the sprint button down, which is shift, in my opinion. So center inventory, that's all personal preference. Skill inventory, that's for that. So guys, here's another big thing. There's 3 camera angles now in the game. There's classic, dynamic, and static. I think it's actually classic, static, and dynamic. But what it does is it changes your point of view and allows you to, Static is more a mix between dynamic and classic. You get a better zoom in when you shoot on static and dynamic, but it switches the crosshair to the right and the left of the screen, so it's not centered anymore in the center of your body. So it's definitely something you'd have to get used to, but it gives you a more tactical advantage, I believe. Like, say you're trying to peek someone on the right side of the tree, you switch to your right shoulder, so less of you is peeking, you can shoot. You switch to the right shoulder, you can peek over here and shoot less. It's just a matter of learning it and being more tactical. So anyway, that's it for that. Ugh. I recommend putting all your shit on low. Trying to make sure you turn. We'll go in the graphics real quick here. Another thing, guys, overlay quality custom. Yeah, whatever. You just want that on low. My resolution is 1920 by 1080. You can also play on. I recommend either 1920 by 1080 or 1600 by 900. A lot of good players also play on that, but it's all personal. This is personal preference. You're gonna get a clearer stream, a better picture with 1920 by 1080. It's gonna look a lot more blurry if you're playing on 16 by 9. But the thing with 16:9, it makes everything a little bit bigger. So if you have a problem hitting those headshots on 1920 by 1080, you might want to switch over to 16 by 9, and that'll help you out a lot if you're having trouble with those shots. And it's just personal preference, really. I do see better hit reg on 16, but I just can't see. I just can't see on 16 by 9, so I don't play it. Guys, all these field of view, you don't have to max it out. This is basically how close you are in third person to the guy. So 67 is just normal. You can put it all the way up to 74. You can put it all the way down to 44. Don't recommend going below 63. I've never really seen anyone play on it. You can play on 60. I've tried it a couple times. It's a little goofy. I just don't recommend it. Render quality, guys, this is super important as well. Render quality is going to basically, you can see in the background right now, it's going to make the game in and out of focus. If you have this down, this is going to give you better performance, right? You're going to get way better frames. But the problem is you're not going to see the people that you need to see to shoot them in the head. So render distance, that can also be changed by next to P, the two little abbreviation things, and in between P and right above the enter, there's two keys there. Those will tab you in and out of your render. So in game, if you need to go drop lower render to get more frames or something because you don't have a god tier computer, just go ahead and do that. Just tat. Just those two next buttons next right of P, and those will tab you in and out. Blah blah blah. This stuff's off. Everything's on low. You want to have shadows off, guys. That's a huge performance increase. If you guys have shadows on compared to shadows off, make sure you have those shadows off. It's going to increase your performance big time. Alright, guys, those are my settings there. Yeah, guys, you can also do streamer settings where you can hide the compass and stuff and all that stuff once you get to know the map better. I don't think really anyone cares about that. Career stats, guys, this is where it's going to show all your stats. So you're going to go to solo top 10 matches. For this season, it's going to show your matches. So it's going to 14, 11, yada, yada, right? And then you have that for not just solos, but you have that for fives and duos as well. So yada yada again, you know. And you go down to fives, same thing. You know what I mean? So we'll go back here. Customize is basically, this is where Daybreak makes their money, right? Because they got to make money somehow, right? Every company's got to make money. So you get gear in here, and there's a ton of skins in here. You guys can see there's chests, all these skins you can customize, even your armors, laminated armors that drop in the game. So let's see here, rides, you can customize the rides, you can get skins out of the stores, emotes, you know, all kinds of emotes to, you know, taunt people after you kill them or taunt them before you kill them or whatever. At the marketplace, you go up here, my crates. You get free crates in game, but you have to unlock them with points. That's how they get you. You know what I mean? You have a lot of crates, and they want you to buy them, of course. You can buy crates. Straight up, just buy the crates. Scrapyard. So, guys, like, I have 200 scrap here. I'm gonna go ahead and use it and show you. This is from at the end of the season. They give you a reward for scrap, or you can take the items that you've already got and scrap those. A lot of times it's not worth it, but sometimes it is. Let's see if we get anything good. I already have both those items, so it's not a really big deal for me. I'm gonna go ahead and just back out of that. We did 2 items there. Let me pull that down just a little bit. Uh, get crowns. You can buy crowns, which you can buy crates with. You can pretty much get all the skins you want, but you have to spend a lot of money. Or you can just buy them off OP skins or whatever site there is out there you buy them off of. I don't know OP skins is legit or not. And I don't buy or trade or sell, guys. I don't do any of that. It's not my thing. All the skins you see I have been from opening crates or from the beginning. So guys, you get the skull store. So if you bet in game, we'll go into a match and I'll show you. If you bet in game, after a while you'll build up these tokens that are free. Then you can bet it, and if you do top place in the top 10 or in the top 15 or well, you'll get those skulls back plus some. If you win, you get 1,000. If you get second, you get 500. And that's how you earn skulls. That's a free way to get free skins right here. That's the only way to get those items as well. Customize, blah blah blah, marketplace, watch settings, training. There's a training server you can go into. You'll drop over and over. You can keep respawning, and there's a ton of loot. Just go to one of the big cities and you can just run around and loot. Practice your grenades, practice your throwables, guys. Go in there and just play around. Like, it's a free thing. It's not gonna hurt your stats. It's training. There might not be anyone in there, but you can sit there and shoot a wall if you want. You know what I mean? Okay, so you're gonna go up to play, and you're gonna play solos, duos, or fives. So basically, there's a ranking system in this game, and it goes bronze, silver, plat, diamond, master, royalty. So those are the ranks, and you can get different ranks in each: the solos, the fives, and the duos. I'm master, as you can see, green. Master, one up below royalty in solos, duos, and then I'm fives in, yeah, fives, of course. But there's also skirmish modes. On the weekend, they'll have these gun games and stuff like that, where the gun will switch every time. You guys can read it, of course, pretty easy. They have hosted games. Hosted games we'll go into Flamehopper family. It's like it's all Flamehopper family. He's the only one still applying for the servers and doing the events on the servers. And that's a thing. If you go subscribe to that streamer, Flamehopper, you can get a key and then go play with him in special server events. It's kind of cool. It's actually, he does a red versus blue thing where they all get guns, and it takes a couple minutes and they set up and they fight. It's really cool. Skirmishes, they also have CA. That's a really good game. But yeah, let's jump into it, guys. Let's hop into a solo and I'll show you a few other things. So it's gonna load up. It's like this. So guys, again, don't forget, mouse sensitivity settings is most important. You want to have something that's fluid to you. Something like where you can just, you know, laser the kid's head, laser the kid's head, laser the kid's head, laser the kid's head, laser. You know what I mean? You just want to be able to instantly go to someone's head and shoot it. And you always want to be aiming for the head. You got easy body shots? Take them. The guy's not looking at you. Do it. Cool. But if you're fighting someone, headshot. Alright? That's what you want to do. And you want to practice. 22 and 23 are going to help you with those. You guys have at the top, you guys can't see it, of course, so my overlay is kind of blocking. There's going to be a compass right above the dark team paint, and that's going to be a standard compass, northwest, south, 60, all the degrees that you need to know in game for calling out. Of course, when you're playing solos, you don't need that. Guys, you can shred stuff in game. You got a hat, fist. You're going to start the game out with basically, this is the bounty system. If you buy the crowns, you can bet those. If you do the skulls, you can also bet those. Guys, you can shred everything in your inventory. Everything in this game is shreddable that you own, pretty much, besides the eye patch, I believe. So you can shred all this. Here, we'll shred my shirt. We'll shred all this. I'm going to keep my pants because there's no pants that spawn in game. So you can make extra bandages. You can make a satchel to start the game with it. It's pretty easy to find a backpack and stuff like that. So this lobby's almost done loading. The max lobbies are 150 now, I believe, or 155. So yeah, match starting in 30 seconds. That 144, pretty good. Yeah, guys. So I'll just take you through a landing and a couple little steps, and then we'll go ahead and end the video. video. But if you guys have more questions or comments, or you guys want to know more advanced techniques, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll shoot another video out if you guys want some more advanced techniques and more subtleties to the game. If this video has been helpful, because I just run into so many people that are struggling with this game, and they give up so fast that they just don't give it a chance. It's just PUBG is a lot slower paced, and then there's action, which is fast paced. Good, yeah, it's good fast action. H1Z1, you don't have to loot for a half an hour and then fight in a battle for 30 seconds and lose, or camp in a building. You can literally die over and over and over until you learn what you need to do to win, or fight enough battles until you're just headshotting everybody. You know what I mean? So guys, helmets, of course, bam, very important. That is one of your first crucial keys, is always grabbing a helmet. It's the MP7, guys. Take you through all the guns as well. It's a Magnum here. It's good. A Magnum will one knock off lammies. So if you are afraid of lammies, then that's a good item to carry around. I could have been carrying one this morning and just tapped this guy and then shot him, but he's just too close. So guys, MP7, this is the shotgun right here. It's the skin I have on it. This is also another skin I have on, the AR. I definitely recommend you have to run an AR this season. If you want to kill anyone from far, you have to run an AR. It's just what it is. This is a flash grenade, super useful. It's not a flash grenade, sorry, it's a stun grenade. So it's not like you just throw it in front of them and they get flashed. You have to throw it within imagine a 5-foot cone. 1 second. A 5-foot cone, basically, around your person, and if you throw that on someone else's 5-foot cone and you flash them, they're going to be blind for like 5 seconds, and they're going to come out of it slowly, so you'll have time to kill them. But they might get lucky and get you. So, east or west. This is PV, guys. This is the map here. In about 2 seconds, there's a timer. You have about a minute. The map will pop up with a circle, and that's where you need to go into. Super easy. Here's the AK, guys. This gun is not a long-range gun. Right now, it's not a long-range gun. There's no first bullet accuracy. It is fucking Bloom City. Yeah, it's just a Bloom gun, dude. So it's from here to there. That's where you want to be shooting the gun. You don't want to be shooting the gun any farther than that. And remember, guys, anyone can kill anyone in this game if you're paying attention enough. And then you just go around and loot, guys, and then you try to make your way down into the center of the circle and be the last one surviving. That's pretty much the game, guys, in a nutshell. So, other than that, there's melee weapons, there's pistols, all kinds of stuff you guys can use. Crossbows. Make sure you guys are crafting. Another important tool I'll go into later is crafting. You guys need to pick up loot for this stuff. The guy was like, oh, not even making makeshifts. Scrap stuff in-game. Figure it out and make stuff in-game, guys. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you want a more advanced video. That's just kind of the basics and how to get into the game and get you started. Make sure you get those mouse settings all set up. That's the most important thing in the game that you could do. Guys, I got a group of 5 that wants to play. Much love. Love you guys. Have a good night. Have a good week. Have a great year. See you guys later. Oh no, I didn't turn it off.